Exodus chapter 9, God's power and Pharaoh's resistance. Welcome back to Bible Breakdowns. Today we're diving into Exodus 9, where God turns up the heat, literally, with 3 more intense plagues. Pharaoh's stubbornness continues, but so does God's unstoppable plan. Let's jump in. We start with the 5th plague, the plague on livestock. God tells Moses to deliver this message to Pharaoh: "Let my people go so they may worship me. If you refuse, I'll send a plague on all your livestock in the fields, your horses, donkeys, camels, cattle, sheep, and goats, but I'll protect the livestock of the Israelites so not a single one of theirs will die." Pharaoh ignores the warning, and just as God said, the next day all the Egyptian livestock in the fields die. Yet not a single animal belonging to the Israelites is harmed. Pharaoh sends investigators to check this out, and when they confirm it, you'd think he'd finally listen, right? Nope. His heart remains hard. Next comes the 6th plague, boils. This one gets personal. God tells Moses and Aaron to take handfuls of soot from a furnace and throw it into the air in front of Pharaoh. The soot becomes fine dust that spreads across Egypt, causing painful boils to break out on people and animals alike. Even Pharaoh's magicians, who had tried to replicate the earlier miracles, can't escape this one. They're so afflicted by boils that they can't even stand before Moses. But once again, Pharaoh's heart is hardened, and he refuses to let the Israelites go. Finally, the 7th plague, hail. God gives Pharaoh a detailed warning through Moses: "Let my people go, or I'll send the worst hailstorm Egypt has ever seen. Bring your livestock and workers in from the fields, or they'll die." Interestingly, some of Pharaoh's officials are starting to take God's warning seriously. They hurry to bring their slaves and animals inside for protection, but others, they ignore it. When the hailstorm hits, it's unlike anything Egypt has ever experienced. Thunder crashes, lightning flashes, and hail rains down, destroying crops, trees, and livestock left in the open. But once again, the Israelites in Goshen are completely spared. Pharaoh finally seems to crack. He calls for Moses and Aaron and says, "I have sinned. The Lord is in the right, and I and my people are in the wrong. Pray to the Lord to stop this hail, and I'll let you go." Moses agrees, but he knows Pharaoh's pattern by now. He says, "I'll pray, and the hail will stop, but I know you still don't fear the Lord." Moses prays, the storm ends, and Pharaoh's heart hardens again. He breaks his promise and refuses to let the Israelites go. Exodus 9 shows us that God is patient but persistent. Each plague not only demonstrates his power, but also his justice. Pharaoh's refusal to humble himself results in devastating consequences for Egypt, yet God continues to protect his people. Next time in Exodus 10, the plagues escalate even further with locusts and darkness covering the land. Stay tuned for more Bible breakdowns.